Well, this is totally not how I thought this video would start. We're currently about 10 meters past, what's it called? Black Bluff Lookout. And we're driving early morning to Cradle. We heard that there had been snow, but it was light snow. And the roads were totally fine. They started getting like a little bit snowier and a little bit frostier, but nothing too major. We are maybe 10 minutes away from Cradle Mountain, and on Black Bluff Lookout, maybe 10 meters off, immediately started losing traction. As soon as you get to the top of that lookout spot, there was suddenly so much snow and we lost traction. Vian managed to stop. We've been here at least, what, an hour and a half?
And the worst thing is, just ahead of us, I could see it before, but I didn't want to mention it to Lydia.
What?
There's a car in the ditch.
Oh, yeah. So obviously, Vian managed to stop us. We absolutely freaked out, but just stopped. Hazards on. We tried to get a ranger number, but weirdly there's no like just direct
it was
ranger
just, like,
number.
Visitor centers and whatever for like parks.
So we called the police and just said, hey, we're not in like immediate danger, but we can't reverse back. It's just complete ice and the snow is so thick.
An incline.
A crazy incline.
The top of this hill is like nearly 1,000 meters high.
Yep, so this is like the worst incline spot. So we stopped, called the police, said, hey, we're not in an immediate emergency, but we are in the middle of the road. We can't go back. And if we go forward, it's just not safe. And they said, yep, that's all good. We'll call Parks and Wildlife and they'll come out. Maybe a bit of a waiting game. So they said, just stay in your vehicle and just stay put. And while we were waiting, a few people stopped behind us, which we'll get to in a minute, but a few people, as they approached, obviously we have our hazards on and we've honked and kind of warned them, but a few people have passed. And it's just so dangerous. These are what, all-wheel drive?
All-wheel drives and four-wheel drives. And you could just see them on the brakes constantly.
Yeah.
And they were like fishtailing like crazy.
It's been awful to actually sit here and watch that.
And I feel like the worst part about this hill is as well, it's a hill, and then at the bottom of the hill there's a turn. The
Parks and Wildlife people who came up, they like struggled getting up.
They were like, oh,
and they were like, we didn't think we were gonna get up here. They've said, yep, let's shut the road. And there's like people waiting behind us too, because they're like, yeah, no way we're going down that.
There's even
people making snowmen.
Now, but there's a lady who actually works in Cradle Mountain, and she was like, yeah, the snow just came out of nowhere. Exactly what happened with us.
Yeah.
And this is like 2 hours later. So the snow must be hitting the top of this hill on this side and not getting through to the
back
others.
there, because that whole way seemed
just happened
fine.
all of a sudden.
There was like the smallest amount of snow and we were totally fine. Wasn't actively snowing as well. So we're like,
if
oh,
it was
all is
this
good.
Bad, I would stop at the top of the hill.
Yeah, exactly. And then as soon as you get just over the top, it's like the snow is so thick here.
Yeah.
But yeah, the worker was like, yeah, I'm not moving. I'm staying up here. I'm not going back down and I'm not continuing. No way. So the Parks and Wildlife people said they're going to close off the road. There shouldn't be people driving on this. And they're going to get the grader. It may take a few hours, but they're going to clear the road.
Open up one lane.
Open up one lane. Just to, obviously, because now there's loads of people who are like, nah, I'm not driving that. So we're waiting out and seeing, trying to see if it melts a bit as well and gets better. But yeah, currently there's people making snowmen behind us and throwing snowballs. So I guess we'll update you a little later when something happens. Maybe just check the conditions, see if it's getting a little bit better. Because it was really foggy when we came here, but it's actually clearing. You can see ahead now. I think there might be some sun. But I guess we'll update you then. But it's a shame because it's just been so beautiful.
So I thought I should probably go and have a look at that car. Purely because it seemed like there were fresh tracks leading to the car. And when I got there was a person inside. And I spoke to him, obviously asked him if he was alright and needed anything. No damage to the car, which is wild because it's a pretty deep hill and like I struggled to climb down it. And he said that he has two mates coming to tow him out. So it happened 5 minutes before we stopped. He literally got out the car apparently and saw us pull up when he was inspecting damage on his car. And he said that he just hit a patch of black ice and he just skidded. And he has an all-wheel drive as well, so
Good thing
I'm
we stopped.
glad we stopped at the top of the hill. Well, tried to stop. managed to stop at the top of the hill. So just a little update.
We are on the road again. Vian went and helped pull that car out the ditch, and it was a bit of a mammoth effort apparently, and even the 4-wheel drives were slipping. But the grader came, we followed behind the grader, we're back on the road, we are almost at Cradle. Now let's switch to how we thought this video was gonna go. Let's go enjoy Cradle.
Alrighty, off we go into the winter wonderland.
We're off the bus and we are at the ranger station. Now I feel like we're like a little bamboozled because we're kind of thrown off obviously by the morning, and then now that we're here and they're not running all the way down to the end. For us to walk down to Ronnie, we had a look and it would be like an hour and a half just one way. And we're like, oh, it's already midday. So we're hoping the other buses open up and we can get to the end. If not, we're gonna have to come back and do all that another day. But what is open today and what we do want to do is the Enchanted Walk and the Pencil Pine Falls Walk. So we're gonna go do them. The sun's come out, so fingers crossed, no more heavy snow, and then the buses can come back. Look at all the snow on the handrails. It is so thick and and like fluffy.
This may come as a surprise, but let us explain.
Yesterday was a bit of a whirlwind. After the whole black ice fiasco, we arrived at Cradle Mountain, but there was no access to the mountain due to the weather conditions.
That is, unless we went by foot and walked an extra 4 hours to get where we wanted to go. And we were going to do this, but it was already midday, so we wouldn't have had enough time.
Instead, we just started checking out the short hikes near the entrance, but we soon hit a wall when the adrenaline from the morning finally worn off, and we just felt tired and lost. We're both really disappointed that we didn't have the energy to go and tackle the day, but we also recognized that it was better for us to go to a campsite and reset so that we could come back and actually enjoy exploring this amazing area and not just forcing ourselves to do it.
Yeah, and thankfully we're in a position where we have the flexibility to do that. So
let's try this again, shall we? Let's go, enjoy Cradle, and spot some wombats. Also, a massive thank you to the lovely couple who came up and said hi to us on our first day at Cradle. They actually recognized our van and then came over and said they watched our videos. We totally did not expect that. We didn't expect ever, I think, to meet someone who watched our videos. So that really meant so much, and like we really appreciate it. So we grabbed our bus ticket. If you didn't know, Cradle Mountain actually have a shuttle bus system. So during the shuttle bus period, which in winter I think is between 9 AM and 5 PM, you can't access within the park with a private vehicle. So you have to get a shuttle bus ticket and you have to go in via this shuttle bus. It runs every 15 minutes and this ticket is included with your parks pass, which is pretty incredible. So let's go grab the bus.
I'm going to drive up to that lake. We are here at that lake.
We hopped straight off the bus. We came straight to Dove Lake because it's really clear at the moment. There's no clouds and it's all snowy and beautiful.
I'm actually like so relieved that there's a little bit of snow on there.
I know.
And there's like no regrets that we didn't do this.
Yeah, because it's still so snowy and beautiful and we still get that.
Yeah.
And it's nice and
And
clear.
it's clear and we can actually see everything.
But we're at the, what is this, like observation area?
Yeah,
Super
the Dove
fancy
Lake
looking.
viewing area.
Yeah, super fancy looking, but let's go check it out and... It's so pretty. Oh my gosh, the snow.
Isn't this just amazing?
Just came around the corner and there's it's like a cinema.
That's so wild.
Imagine just sitting in here and watching sunrise.
Or snow.
True, when it was snowing, you just sit here and watch it all fall around you.
I would say in the warmth, but it's pretty chilly in here as well.
It's cool. But I wonder how much people use it.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
feel like I want to go out and want to get around.
You want to be immersed.
Yeah.
I think today might be the day where we took off two of like the animals that we really wanted to see on our lap around Australia. One being
And a kid.
an enchilada. Look at that. It's a
I
baby.
totally didn't expect it.
It's moving.
Oh my god. Look at the little face.
It's so beautiful.
I feel like the one we saw in Vic when it was crossing the road was so much bigger, and
bigger
so
and a lot
much spikier.
I think I remember reading that Tasmanian ones are a lot less spiky and a lot fluffier. But I didn't know that they were a different size. So maybe this is a small baby or
We'll have to look into
whatever, but this is so exciting.
So
It's
cute.
so beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Cute. Everyone's off taking pictures of the lake, but the echidna, I was about to say the wombat, the echidna has stolen our hearts. Look at it. Still, stay still. Oh my gosh. Stay still, stay still.
Back paws.
Oh my gosh.
Look at his back paws.
I'm trying to stay still.
It's nice.
Alright, we're crazy distracted from the echidna now, but we are gonna go walk to Boat Shed. Should be a pretty short walk. And an easy one. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
pumped. I'm so happy. I can't believe it.
It got so close to us, and I'm not sure if I got any good clips from it because I was so excited and it was like
Same.
so close to us, so it's very difficult. But hopefully it was something good in there.
Wanna go see some wombat poo, Vian?
I thought I should just mention that Cradle Mountain is susceptible to extreme weather conditions. They receive over 2,000 millimeters of rainfall every year here, and it can snow in the middle of summer.
We made it to probably Cradle Mountain's most photographed spot, the Boat Shed. Way smaller than I expected, but if you didn't know, in the last ice age, which was a long time ago, this whole area was covered with a sheet of ice, and as that ice retreated, it carved out all these deep valleys and the multiple different lakes that are dotted around the area, including Dove Lake. So Dove Lake is actually a glacially created lake.
I am so sure that this lake is probably a lot deeper than we would ever expect.
Should we go for a swim?
Should we check the water temperature,
Yes.
Lydia?
Okay. I expect it to be bad. It's actually not that bad.
Really?
Yeah. I expected that to be way colder. Like, it's cold. You'd definitely be cold swimming in it. But it's not that bad. I'm pleasantly surprised.
The watercolor is very similar to what it was at Tula. So I wonder if it's just like the type of trees and vegetation that they have here in the tannin in the water. It's just really dark. It's very unique. I've never really seen lakes this dark.
This is the big one. Hello.
Good. You're on my back?
Ronnie.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. I think this is what we've been most excited for. We've come to Ronnie Creek to see the wombats. Oh my gosh! Wait, don't step in the wombat poo.
See? Wombat poo? Before we get to it, it's very rectangular. And that's so that when they poo on hills and whatever, it doesn't roll away. Because they're very territorial and they mark their territory.
It's so cute. I feel like after researching wombats, I'm more and more in love with them and impressed by them.
They are super impressive.
They can run up to 40 kilometers an hour.
Which you wouldn't expect because they're so
Totally would not expect.
stocky.
And they can jump up to 1 meter, and they build very complex burrow systems that can be up to 30 meters long. So don't underestimate the wombat. Okay, we left the last wombat, even though we didn't want to.
Yeah.
We could have stayed there all day. But there's a baby and a mom right next to the boardwalk. Maybe like 10 meters ahead from where the last one was. Oh my gosh. Hello, baby. Look at you. This is so beautiful. I wonder if she's gonna cross the creek.
You see it?
Is she?
See the wombat?
Oh, Mum's coming out behind you. Just behind your butt. I didn't think she'd fit from under there. I didn't think it was that deep. I love their ears.
Yeah. And they're round big.
Yeah, they're so pretty.
And the little body teeth.
Baby's just getting squished. We might have to move if we're blocking their way. If they come on the path. Oh, okay. Ooh, create some space. Ooh.
Those
Um.
aren't edible.
You're right. Sorry, I blocked your path. Oh my gosh. Baby. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Fian. Fian, do I move? Do I move?
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's rubbing on me.
I can't get it.
Oh my gosh. Bye bye, baby. This is just unreal. This is so special.
It's like, I know this is the best place to see them feed and whatnot in the whole world, but I think this is an exception as well.
I
Like,
didn't expect it to be this good.
There's so many. It's so close. Like, this is, and a baby and a mom. Like, what? Truly special.
Pretty sure we are never leaving these wombats. This is so special and they're so beautiful. It's funny, they have this like koala element to them.
Yeah,
I think it's the eyes. The eyes and the nose. Wasn't it cute how the baby was sleeping loads before and just laying down and now it's just chomping?
Now it's like, yeah, I'm awake now, I've got energy.
Had a little nap.
Do you think they're like cows where they like nap for like 5 minutes?
And then just keep going. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, baby. What the heck?
Oh my gosh. Like, when do you ever get to have like such a close-up experience with like wild animals? Like, you
Yeah.
don't. It's
so special.
like, I feel so happy that we're able to come to these locations where we can actually experience them up and close
Yeah.
in the wild.
I'm not going to keep it on me long because clearly the baby is way better to look at, but I just feel like this whole lap has made us appreciate firstly the environment and the animals so much more, and these experiences of being with an animal in the wild is just, there's nothing that can beat it. It's just incredible. I'm gonna itch. That's why it crossed for an itch. Oh, you're coming closer. Hello. Wow, your fur is so different. Look at you. Wow, big guy.
So we've just gone through the interpretation center. We were here yesterday. It pretty much just goes over like native animals and the area around Cradle Mountain and whatnot. Very informative. But now we're gonna do Pencil Pine Falls walk, I think it is. And I just want to say, what a huge difference from yesterday. Like, this was completely covered in snow. It's honestly like such a difference.
Yeah.
And there's even still a little bit of snow left over on this little deck area here. But
we're gonna go do Pencil Pine and then Enchanted Walk.
yeah, the Enchanted
They're
Walk.
both really short, so we'll just show you how beautiful it is.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but everything's just green, lush, and beautiful. Everything's just full of life here. It's so beautiful. Even the ground, there's like shrubs covering it. It's just green. The rain and snow and whatever probably made it a little bit more vibrant. I can see why there's so much wildlife here. And I don't think we mentioned it, but there were so many more wombats than we expected. We were expecting to see maybe like one or two.
Oh, signs about the
Oh my gosh. What a coincidence. Oh, I have to show this. But before I show it, we were expecting maybe like one or two wombats on the Ronnie Creek walk, and it probably helped that it was raining and snowing in the last couple of days, because obviously, you know, today's a sunny day, so it's ideal for them to be out and running and eating. And they were not even joking. You could look one direction and you would see at least 20. There must have been hundreds in that field there.
So many.
It's
like,
so special, so
really
unique.
shocked.
Like,
crazy.
it's definitely
And on the
a-
bus drive, we wouldn't have been able to get shots because they were going too quick. But
Yeah.
we passed so many patamelon and wallabies.
Yeah, it's
There's so much wildlife out here. It's just amazing.
definitely like if you come to Tassie or you come to Australia, like seriously, come to Tasmania and come to Cradle Mountain. It's just so full of life. It is so beautiful.
Look at this little patamelon with the snow on its head.
Before I show you the little patamelon, Look at the little wombat baby,
Wombat baby.
in the pouch. It's facing backwards. I would bore you guys with more information on wombats, but
Look at the pattamelon with the snow on its head. It's so cute.
we're now approaching the falls. I'm not sure what these falls are called because there's multiple waterfalls down here. I'm pretty sure it's called Pencil Pine Falls, but it might be another one that I don't know the name of. But I can definitely hear it.
It's really loud.
It's
I
very
don't know
loud.
if it's because of heavy rainfall, but I didn't expect it to be big.
Yeah.
And now I'm
This
like,
sounds-
how big is this gonna be?
This sounds pretty insane. I was right. It is Pencil Pine Falls. I also mentioned this earlier. 2,000 millimeters of rain every year. That is insane. Now, if you came to Cradle Mountain on a snowy day or whatever day where they don't have the buses running all the way up to Dove Lake and Ronnie Creek, you can actually spot wombats right where the Enchanted Walk path starts. Look at that naughty boy over there.
One thing that's been so great about Cradle Mountain is there's so many short walks and pretty easy ways to immerse yourself in the outdoors and the scenery here and the wildlife without having to do a super hectic mountain summit. Like all of these walks we've done today have been so small, so short, so easy, and we've been able to see waterfalls, we've been able to see wildlife, we've been able to see all the scenery, and it's really great. Because, you know, we might be a little crazy and want to do all the insane mountain summits, but a lot of people don't, and I think Cradle Mountain is great for letting you be able to experience so much of it without having to do super strenuous activity. And even though we've done so much, there's still so much more to do at Cradle, and we're definitely going to do a lot more in the coming months.
They even have this like little viewing box that you can sit in and wait for all the beautiful animals that are in this
Viewing
area to
box is like a viewing tunnel. It's really cool.
Okay, I have to admit, I kind of do regret not doing this walk when it was snowing, because I can imagine it would have been so beautiful.
So pretty.
So, a little bit of regret, but overall, very happy that we decided to come back when it's not covered in snow and rain.
We spotted the wombat burrows. Look at
We were
that.
saying at Ronnie Creek that we really, really wanted to see like
A burrow.
talking to each other. We really wanted to see a burrow, and who would have thought that on a little walk you would see a wombat burrow?
Right?
Well, multiple. Is it one?
I think it's
That's connected to
one,
all
but
of them?
different entry and entrance points. So look at this. So there's two here. There's one just over this side. Just down there. And then over this way. There we go. So I think it would be multiple access points
Yeah.
to a big complex burrow. Now, I'm not just gonna share wombat facts because I don't want to bore you with all these facts.
I love how we keep saying that and then doing the complete opposite.
But I wanted to share that wombats are really territorial over their feeding grounds, but they're not over their burrows. So the burrows are actually happy to share with other wombats and with other animals, which is super interesting.
Yeah,
And
it's
they're
so
actually generational with their burrows. So they'll share their burrows between generations as well. So
It's
really
so
cool.
sweet.
It's really sweet.
You coming over here?
He's come and say hi. Hello, wombat friend. Oh, hello. oh. That was incredible.
I can't believe that we saw an enchilada and so many wombats.
Had pretty high expectations for Cradle, but I still feel like that exceeded them.
Yeah. And there is still so much
that
we can do in this area and that we will be doing in this area
in the next coming months. So stay tuned for that. But thanks for joining us. I'm really glad we did this on a different day, and thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.